Right now you are living inside the story you learn to tell yourself, and you may believe that this story is the only reality that exists. You wake up inside this story. You go to sleep inside this story. You suffer inside this story, and you experience joy inside this story. But the story is not who you are. You are the one who is telling it. When you forget this, life becomes very confusing. You think that the world is against you. You think that other people are the problem. You believe you are broken, not enough, too much, unlovable, or unworthy. These are not truths. They are lines in the story. They are agreements in your mind. A practical guide to clarity begins with this simple recognition. I am not my story. I am the storyteller. I am not the dream. I am the dreamer. Let these words sink in gently like a soft rain on dry ground. There is no need to rush. There is no need to force understanding. Just listen and allow a new possibility to appear inside you. Most human beings live in a dream of suffering. They do not know it is a dream, so they believe everything they think. They believe every judgment against themselves. They believe every judgment against others. They build their identity with the words of other people, with the opinions of parents, teachers, partners, strangers. They collect these opinions like old clothes and try to wear them every day, even if they do not fit. You may have learned to look at yourself through the eyes of others. You may have learned to chase approval, to avoid rejection, to pretend to be what you are not, so that others will say, you are good, you are right, you are worthy. And when they do not say these words, you suffer. When someone criticizes you, you suffer. When someone leaves you, you suffer. When someone misunderstands you, you suffer. When someone doesn't love you the way you want, you suffer. So you may try to control them. You may try to change them. You may try to make them behave according to your story of how they should be. And when they don't follow that story, you feel betrayed, disappointed, angry, or ashamed. This is the dream of suffering. It is a dream where the main character, you, believes that your worth depends on what other people say, think, and do. It is a dream where you take everything personally, where every glance, every silence, every word becomes a weapon or a reward. In this dream, love is a business of buying and selling. I love you if you agree with me. I love you if you behave. I love you if you stay. I love you if you don't leave me alone. I love myself if I succeed, if I look good, if others approve. I love myself if I never make mistakes. You may recognize some of this. You may feel it in your body as you listen. If you feel sadness or resistance or discomfort, this is okay. It is the old story reacting, trying to defend itself. It is the dream saying, no, no, this is not a dream. This is the truth. This is just the way I am. This is just the way life is. But what if it is not? What if your life is a masterpiece of art and you are the artist and nobody ever told you you are an artist of the spirit? Dream. May your new story be simple. May it be full of truth. May it be full of love. Your paintbrush is your word, your canvas is your mind, your colors are your beliefs, your agreements, your attention. With these you create the story of me, the main character of your life. There is the world of matter, the body, the house, the city, the trees, the sky, and there is the world inside you. The story about your body, your house, your city, your relationships, your past and your future. This inner world is your dream. It is not less important than the outer world. It is the world you actually live in. You do not live directly in the body of your partner. You live in your story of who your partner is. You do not live directly in your job. You live in your story of what your job means. You do not live directly in your own body. You live in your story of your body, your story of I. You can call this story your dream, your myth, your narrative. The name is not important. The truth is that you are the main character in this movie, and everyone else is a secondary character in your world. This is very important to understand. In your dream, you are the main character. In other people's dreams, you are only a secondary character. You appear for a moment, then you disappear. You play a role in their story, and they play a role in yours. But the only world you can truly transform is your own dream, your own story. You cannot control the movie playing in another mind. You cannot rewrite their script. You cannot decide how they will see you or how they will love you. You can try, but you will suffer. Clarity begins when you stop trying to direct everyone else's movie and look honestly at your own. Inside you, there is a constant conversation. Voices speak, judge, criticize, compare, blame, praise, condemn, hope, and fear. Many of these voices do not belong to you. They belong to your parents, your culture, your religion, your teachers, your ex-partners, your friends, the media. Over time, you adopted them, you repeated them, you made agreements with them. Now they speak in your mind as if they are the truth. They say things like, you are not good enough, you are too much, you are not lovable, you will be abandoned, you must please everyone, you must be perfect, you must never fail, you must always be strong, you must always be nice, you do not deserve happiness, you are broken, something is wrong with you. These are not truth, these are lies. But when you believe them, they become your reality. The real battle in your life is not between good and bad people. It is not between you and your parents, or you and your partner, or you and society. The real conflict is between truth and lies in your own mind. When you believe lies, you suffer. When you believe truth, you feel peace. It is that simple and that powerful. Look at the lie, I am not good enough. How does this lie affect your life? Maybe you work very hard to prove that you are enough. Maybe you overachieve. Maybe you say yes to things you don't want. Maybe you stay in relationships that hurt you because somewhere inside you, you think this is all I deserve. Look at the lie, I must please everyone. How heavy this is. You become tired. You become resentful. You forget your own needs, your own joy, your own truth. You say yes when you want to say no. Then you feel trapped. You feel like a victim. You feel that others are using you, but you are the one who is betraying yourself. Life becomes very complicated when lies run your story. There is confusion, jealousy, envy, competition, shame, guilt, punishment. You become the judge and the victim inside your own head. You become the one who attacks you and the one who receives the attack. But remember, a lie can only live in your mind if you agree to believe it. It needs your energy, it needs your faith. Clarity comes when you begin to notice gently which sentences in your mind are truth and which are lies. You do not need to judge yourself for believing lies. You learned them as a child. You accepted them because you trusted the people who taught you. It is not your fault. But now you are no longer a child. Now you have the power to question. Now you have the power to say, is this true? Now you have the power to withdraw your faith from the lie and give it back to truth. To do this, you must come home to the most loyal companion you will ever have, your own body. Your body has been with you since your first breath. It will stay with you until your last breath in this form. Your body is matter, made of the same elements as stars, as earth, as water. It has a beginning and it will have an end. But the life inside your body, the force that moves it, feels through it, sees through it, that life is eternal. Life and love are the same force. Life is moving your heart right now. Life is breathing through you. Life is listening through your ears, seeing through why. Our eyes. Life is the artist, using the body as a brush, using time as a canvas. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is not a problem to be fixed. Your body is not an object to be hated, judged, or controlled. Your body is the love of your life. You can close your eyes for a moment and feel your body from the inside. Feel your chest rising and falling. Feel your hands, your feet, your face. Feel the gentle presence of the body that has carried you through every joy and every sorrow. Notice how loyal it is. When you ignore it, it stays. When you judge it, it stays. When you push it too hard, it still does its best. When you starve it of rest, of good food, of tenderness, it still tries to serve you. What would change in your life if you treated your body as the beloved partner of your soul instead of a slave to your mind or an object of criticism? What would change if the mind became loyal to the body instead of the body being forced to obey the mind's fear and ambition? To be loyal to the body is simple. It means you listen to its signals. When it is tired, you rest. When it is hungry, you nourish it. When it is in pain, you attend to it with love, not with hate. You stop using words like knives against it. You don't say, I hate my body, I am ugly, I am disgusting, I am wrong. These words are violence. These words are lies. You begin to speak to your body as you would to a dear friend. Thank you for carrying me. Thank you for breathing for me. I am sorry for the times I ignored you. I am sorry for the times I punished you. I am learning to love you. When your mind serves your body in this way, you are no longer trying to escape the present moment. You are no longer living only in the ghosts of memory or in fantasies of the future. You become present here in this breath, in this heartbeat. This is where clarity lives, in the simple, honest connection between your awareness and your body. In this place, lies become more visible. You can feel them. When you tell yourself a lie like "I am not enough," your body contracts, your chest tightens, your stomach knots. When you tell yourself a truth like "I am alive and life loves me," your body relaxes. Even if just a little, your breath becomes softer. The body is like a mirror that reflects the state of your inner world. It does not lie. It shows you, moment by moment, how your words, your thoughts, your beliefs are affecting your energy. Your word is powerful. Your word is magic. With your word, you cast spells, not only on other people, but also on yourself. When you say to a child, "You are stupid," you plant a seed in the mind. If the child believes you, that seed will grow into a tree of shame, fear, and self-rejection. In the same way, the words you say to yourself silently or out loud plant seeds in your own mind. You can use your word to create suffering, or you can use your word to create clarity. To be impeccable with your word means you do not use your word against yourself. You do not repeat lies that hurt your own heart. You do not gossip against yourself in your own head. You decide that your mouth, your me, and your inner voice are no longer instruments of self-harm. You may not be able to stop all negative thoughts immediately. That is okay. You do not need perfection. You only need awareness and practice. When you hear a lie in your mind, "I am not enough, I am not lovable, I must please everyone," you simply notice it and say, "This is the old voice, this is the old agreement, this is not the truth." You do not need to fight it. You do not need to argue with it. You simply stop giving it your faith. Then you can choose a new word, a new sentence that is simple and true. Something like, "I'm alive, I'm learning, I'm worthy of love as I am." Repeat it gently without force, like a mantra of kindness. Over time, this new word becomes a new agreement and the old lie becomes weaker. Now let us look at love. Most of the love you learned in the dream of suffering is conditional. It says, "I love you if you behave. I love you if you agree with me. I love you if you make me feel safe. I love you if you do not leave. I love you if you never hurt me. I love you if you play the role I gave you in my story." Conditional love is a market. It is a business of exchanging attention, affection, and approval. It is full of fear because at any moment the conditions might not be met. Then love can be taken away. In conditional love, you try to control others. You may demand that they change. You may try to make them feel guilty. You may use silence or anger to punish them. You may say, "If you really loved me, you would do this. If you really loved me, you would not do that." In the same way, you may offer love to yourself only under conditions. "I will love myself when I lose weight. I will love myself when I earn more money. I will love myself when I find a partner. I will love myself when I stop making mistakes." But when you live this way, love is never here, now. It is always somewhere in the future. It is always a reward you are chasing, a prize you must earn. Conditional love creates jealousy, war, and resentment. You become jealous of people who have what you think you need to be lovable. You go to war with those who do not meet your expectations. You resent yourself for not being perfect. Unconditional love is very different. Unconditional love says, "I love you as you are in this moment, with your wounds and your gifts, with your light and your shadows." Unconditional love does not mean you accept disrespect or abuse. It does not mean you must stay in relationships that hurt you. It does not mean you never say no. On the contrary, unconditional love starts with truth. It says, "I love you and I love myself. I will not participate in my own suffering. I will not lie to myself or to you about what I feel, what I need, what I can or cannot offer." Unconditional love starts inside. It is the way you speak to yourself, the way you treat your own heart and body. It is the decision not to abandon yourself anymore. You may ask, how do I move from conditional love to unconditional love? You begin by changing the main character in your story, the main character in the Kinsala. Old dream may be a victim. This you believes life happens to you, that others have the power, that you are small and helpless. This version of you may blame others for your pain. It may blame your parents, your ex-partners, your boss, your culture. It may say, "I am like this because of them. Because of what they did or did not do, I am broken." This victim character cannot create clarity. It is always waiting for rescue, for permission, for someone else to change. There may also be another main character, the judge. This you is always evaluating, criticizing, comparing. It says you are not enough, you should have done better, you failed, you are wrong. It attacks you, it attacks others. It sees the world through the eyes of a harsh teacher. Sometimes the judge and the victim take turns. One attacks, the other cries. One punishes, the other receives punishment. This drama can continue for many years. To change your world, you do not need to fix every secondary character. You do not need to rewrite everyone else's script. You only need to transform the main character you play in your own mind. What if the main character became an artist of life, curious, humble, loving, responsible? This artist does not deny the past, but it is no longer ruled by it. The artist sees that every wound, every trauma, every disappointment was part of the old masterpiece. It may have been painful, but it brought you to this moment of awareness. Now, with this awareness, you can choose differently. The artist of life takes responsibility for their dream. This does not mean you blame yourself for everything. It means you recognize your power. You say, I am the one who believes my thoughts or not. I am the one who says yes or no. I am the one who stays or leaves. I am the one who chooses my word, my attention, my agreements. This is true freedom, not controlling others, but choosing your own truth. You cannot control whether someone else loves you or leaves you, but you can choose not to take it personally. You can remember that everyone lives in their own dream, with their own fears, their own lies, their own wounds. Their actions are reflections of their inner world, not judgments of your worth. If a person says you are not enough, this is just their word. You do not have to believe it. You do not have to put that spell on yourself. You can respect their opinion as part of their dream and still stay loyal to your own truth. In the same way, when someone praises you, you can receive it with gratitude but not build your whole identity around it. Their praise is also part of their dream. If you base your worth on approval, then when approval disappears, your worth disappears with it. Clarity means you remember, I am worthy because I exist, because life chose to express itself as me. This worth is not given by others, so it cannot be taken away by others. To live this clarity in a practical way, you can use simple agreements with yourself. One agreement is to be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Do not use your word to judge yourself or others. Do not gossip against people in your mind. Use your word to express truth and love. Another agreement is not to take anything personally. Whatever others say and do is a projection of their own dream. When you do not take it personally, you are free. You do not have to defend yourself. You do not have to fight every opinion. Another agreement is not to make assumptions. When you are not sure, ask. When you do not understand, clarify. Do not write a whole story about what others think and feel. Ask for the truth or accept that you do not know. And another agreement is to always do your best. Your best will change from day to day. It will be different when you are rested and when you are tired, when you are healthy and when you are sick. Doing your best does not mean pushing yourself until you break. It means bringing your full presence to what you do, with respect for your limits and your needs. These agreements are not rules to punish you. They are tools of clarity. When you practice them, the fog in the mind begins to lift. You see more clearly what is truth and what is a lie, but do not expect perfection. You are human. You will forget. You will fall into old habits. You will believe lies again from time to time. You may take things personally. You may make assumptions. You may speak against yourself. When this happens, do not become the judge and punish yourself. Instead, become the artist again. Notice what happened. Learn from it. Adjust your agreements. Begin again. Every day, every hour, each breath is an opportunity to return to clarity. Practice is not something you do once and finish. Life is practice. Living is practice. Loving is practice. Each moment you have a choice to believe a lie or to believe the truth, to act from fear or from love, to abandon yourself or to stay loyal to yourself. Clarity is not in the future. It is not a goal that waits at the end of a long path. It is here, in this moment, in your awareness of what you are thinking, feeling, believing, and choosing right now. The mind loves to travel into the past and into the future. It revisits old scenes again and again like a ghost wandering through ruined memories. It imagines future disasters, future dramas, future rejections. This wandering creates anxiety and sadness. But life is only happening now. Your body is only breathing now. Your heart is only beating now. Your power to choose exists only now. You cannot go back and change what has already happened. You cannot control what has not yet happened. You can only choose how you relate to this moment. Right now you can soften your breath. Right now you can relax your shoulders. Right now you can decide to treat yourself with a little more kindness. Right now you can stop repeating one small lie and replace it with one small truth. Maybe the lie is, I am alone. The truth could be, I am with myself and life is with me. Maybe the lie is, I will never heal. The truth could be, healing is already happening in small ways I may not see yet. Maybe the lie is, I must control everything. The truth could be, I can be responsible for my choices and life will take care of the rest. Each small truth is like a light in a dark room. At first, the room may still feel very dark, but the more lights you turn on, the less power the shadows have. You do not need to attack the darkness. You do not need to fight the lies. You only need to bring in more light, more truth, more awareness. Then, naturally, what is false loses its grip. Now, bring your attention again to your body. Notice how it feels to listen to these words. There may be relaxation, there may be tension, there may be resistance. Whatever is there is okay. You do not need to force yourself to feel a certain way. Clarity includes accepting what you feel without judgment. You can place your hand gently on your chest or your stomach if you wish and silently say to yourself, I am here, I am listening, I am learning to love myself. This simple recognition is more powerful than many complicated spiritual ideas, because when you are truly present with yourself, with your body, with your breath, you are no longer lost in the dream of suffering. You are awake in the middle of the dream. From this place, you can make new agreements. You can agree to treat your word like sacred medicine. You can agree not to use your mind as a weapon against your own heart. You can agree to see other people as dreamers, just like you, doing their best with the agreements they received. You can agree to forgive yourself for the times you believed lies and acted from them. You can agree to give your love freely, starting with yourself, without conditions. A practical guide to clarity is not about collecting more knowledge. It is about living with more honesty. It is about seeing how your agreements create your experience and choosing new agreements that serve your freedom, your joy, your peace. You do not need to become a different person to be worthy of love. You do not need to erase your past. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to be willing to see clearly and to act from that clarity as best you can, moment by moment. If you have suffered a lot, if you have been hurt, rejected, abandoned, or betrayed, clarity does not deny this. Clarity does not say, it doesn't matter. Clarity says, it did happen, it did hurt, but it is not happening now, and I am not that pain. I am the one who survived. I am the one who is still here, still breathing, still capable of love. Your story until this moment is already written. It is complete. It cannot be changed. But the main character can change. The way you tell the story can change. The meaning you give to your past can change. In one version of the story, you are a victim who was always hurt and will always be hurt. In another version, you are a warrior of the heart who went through many trials and learned to love more deeply because of them. The same events, a different main character. Which story will you choose? Which agreements will you keep feeding with your word, your attention, your faith? This is your power. This is your responsibility. Not responsibility as a burden, but as a gift, the ability to respond in each moment from a place of clarity instead of habit. You may wonder, how do I remember this in daily life? You remember through practice. When you wake up, you can start your day with a simple intention. Today, I will do my best to be honest with myself. I will notice when I believe lies about my worth. I will be kinder in my words. I will pay attention to my body. I will remember that other people live in their own dreams. During the day, when you feel triggered by someone's words or actions, you can pause and ask, am I taking this personally? Is this really about me, or is it about their dream? You can breathe and choose how to respond instead of reacting automatically. When you catch yourself making assumptions, writing a story in your head about what others feel or think, you can stop and say, I don't know. You can ask for clarity or accept the mystery. When you notice your inner voice attacking you, you can gently interrupt and say, no, I will not speak to myself like this anymore. Then you can choose a kinder, truer sentence. At night, before you sleep, you can review your day with compassion, not with judgment, not with criticism, but with curiosity. Where did I act from truth today? Where did I act from lies? Where did I treat myself with love? Where did I abandon myself? You can thank yourself for the moments of clarity and forgive yourself for the moments of confusion. This is how you train the mind to serve your heart. This is how you build new pathways in your inner world. Do not underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. A tiny change repeated many times creates a new reality. Remember, you are not alone in this. Life is with you. Life is on your side. Life is the force that wants to express love through you. When you align your word, your thoughts, your actions with truth and love, you are cooperating with life. You are allowing life to create a beautiful masterpiece through you. Your story is not finished. Each day is a new page, each moment a new sentence. You can continue to write the old story of fear and self-rejection, or you can begin a new chapter of clarity, self-respect, and unconditional love. You may be afraid. Change can be uncomfortable. The old dream may try to pull you back with familiar lies. That is okay. You can be afraid and still move gently forward. Courage does not mean you never feel fear. Courage means you choose truth even when fear whispers in your ear. In this very moment, you are at the edge of a new way of being. You have listened. Something inside you understands. Even if your mind still has questions, trust that quiet understanding. Trust that life brought you to this point for a reason. You are capable of clarity. You are worthy of love. You are the artist of your dream. You are the main character, and you are also the life that moves the character. You are the storyteller and the story, the dreamer and the dream. Let these words be a gentle blessing over your heart. May you see with clear eyes the lies that never belonged to you. May you have the courage to release them one by one, like old clothes that no longer fit. May you speak to yourself with words that heal and not words that harm. May you treat your body as the beloved companion of your soul. May you recognize that every person you meet lives in their own dream, and may this bring you compassion. May you remember that you do not need to fix or control anyone to be at peace. May you rest in the simple truth that you are enough as you are, in this breath, in this moment. If there is pain in your heart, let love hold it. If there is confusion in your mind, let clarity grow there, slowly and steadily, like a sunrise. You do not need to earn the right to be here. Life invited you. Life breathed you into existence. Life has never left you. Right now, as you listen, you can make a quiet agreement with yourself. I choose truth over lies. I choose love over fear. I choose to be loyal to myself. I choose to live this day as the artist of my life, doing my best and letting that be enough. And then gently you live it, not perfectly, not in theory, but in small, concrete ways, moment by moment, breath by breath. This is a practical guide to clarity. Be honest with yourself, be kind with yourself, and remember always that the power to change your world lies not in controlling others, but in changing the main character you choose to be in your own